Well, hello, my friend, and welcome back to another episode of D.VA Ate My Podcast. I forget what number we're on these days. What are we on? 23, 24, something like that. 24. God, we've done 24 of these. It's pretty awesome. My name's Bull Skunk, alongside Knight Rider, Ocean, and Airborne, here with our 24th episode. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. We'll have Billy joining us a little bit later, but he had to step out for a bit.
Yeah,
So
to
do adult things.
He had to go do adult things.
out of those 24, how many have I actually showed up to?
Majority. The majority.
22?
Which is more than 12. We'll go with more than 12.
I think you've gone to like 21 of them, so.
Oh, Butt Nuggets, thanks for the compliment, thank you.
I was about to say the same thing.
I think my camera's bugged out on your stream, Bull Skunk.
It's fine. It cleared up.
Oh, okay, good.
Ah, yeah. How's everybody feeling this week?
Lineup today for
Pretty
topics.
good. Just
starting us off, we have
it's-
OWL. So
he
there's no
wasn't even
OWL this weekend. This
I
past
know.
weekend we have the return of it this upcoming week. We just had the summer showdown, almost 2 weeks. But OWL just announced new postseason changes. So we have postseason changes, and we have a new hero pool. So
For the Countdown Cup, the hero pool is.
Bull Skunk, if you so kind as to bring up.
Yeah, I was.
we're professionals.
We are
No, totally.
professionals.
I was reading chat here before I get that pulled up. My webpage broke there for a moment. I can cast number one. When do y'all play next? What are you playing in right now? I know the Goats tournament's starting soon. CCC just started up. I am fairly busy at the moment. I've cast 4 tournaments in the past week. 4 separate tournaments, all for Elo Hell.
All right, Mr. Flex.
So I'm
Not
busy.
that much. Bull Skunk can do like 4 more. It's fine.
I'm just saying I'm busy. I'm just saying I'm very busy at the moment. That's all.
Bull Skunk is doing Bull Skunk things, and
I'm
eventually.
doing Bull Skunk things.
What's a Bull Skunk? What actually is the definition of a Bull Skunk?
It's a
It's
me.
a bull that's skunk.
It's a me.
I'm
stubborn and smelly.
Right?
Eventually, he's gonna need to shave his head.
Yeah, I probably will shave my head here
You
soon.
shave your head, save me those brows.
I'm gonna shave the head, not the brows. The brows are
What is
5
going
million
on?
apiece. We've established this.
5 million apiece.
5 million apiece. You too could be the owner of some Bull Skunk brows.
Patent pending.
Patent pending. I don't know why the webpage isn't working for this one. Fine, we'll just go to webpage with Billy's empty chair.
Because fudge you.
It's not technically empty. It's just he's just a bit smaller than normal.
It's true. It's true. Yes. All right.
A lot
All right.
more
We're starting with
quiet, too.
postseason changes. All right. Postseason changes. It is
Postseason changes.
Pro
it
seasons.
is-
the postseason format. No, this would be cool. At least we get to. We will actually get to see APAC face off against the NA region. So that's the good news here.
Top 2 teams, though. Top 2 teams.
Yeah. The bad news is it's only going to be the top 2 teams for each one.
So it's going to be the Guangzhou Charge and the Shanghai Dragons versus.
Shock
Shock.
in Paris.
Shock in Paris?
Shock
Really?
in Paris.
Ocean died.
Yeah, I did die. Give me a second.
That's my thinking. You look fine on stream.
Died
No.
for
You
1
became
second.
a try and pixelated. There you go.
No, I'm giving you a new link. If that helps.
They're playing in GGNA, Bullskunk.
Very
The
nice.
playoffs will kick off Thursday, September
Take that new
3rd,
link.
with 2 weeks of
That might
online
help you
matches
guys.
that are split into 2 regional brackets with 13 teams. Obviously, you guys can read the.
Yeah, they're gonna do a bracket for each side and
Yeah.
and a
Not
double
fun.
and a double
fun.
elimination format.
I think it's fine with what they're doing.
It's single elimination for the first format, actually.
Oh, it's
For
double
the- for the
elimination
play.
for the grand finals format.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the final 2
Yes.
teams.
So
Final
basically,
four
they're gonna quickly get through the teams that aren't going to be in the grand finals, and then the final 4 teams is going to be double elimination. So you're going to get
Yeah.
teams like, let's say the last 4 teams are San Francisco, Paris, Shanghai, and Guangzhou. Let's say
shoot.
Paris loses, and San Francisco wins and Paris loses, and Shanghai wins and and they lose. So you're going to have a San Francisco Shanghai matchup, and then you're going to have a Guangzhou Paris matchup, and whoever wins those 2 goes to grand finals.
There you have it.
Oh, well, let's start with predictions for those 4, though. Actually, I mean, because I think that's the fun part. I mean, might as well do the fun part.
Yeah, I mean, you basically just got mine. I think it is gonna be
Yeah.
Guangzhou, Shanghai, Paris, and Shock.
I think
It's-
between now and then, Genji will get a nerf.
Yeah, I
They've already
agree.
been talking about that.
But Sparkle's still just too damn good.
No, Sparkle's amazing.
I think Sparkle has the ability to carry Paris all the way there. XE isn't too shabby in his own right either. So
Well, no, actually, just that other player that happens to be on the Paris Eternal that won the finals MVP for the Summer Showdown. Just no one.
and
Yeah.
I mean, beat Carpe in a McCree versus Ash matchup most of the time. Like, holy cow!
Don't forget about, just casually Hanbin there. He's casually there.
Oh man, that's pretty good. I mean,
Hodman's been looking real good.
No, and
although if we're gonna
As
hype
we're-
up off tanks, let's talk about Krong.
Let's talk about Krong.
Oh,
Pull the
Krong.
lever, Krong.
I actually think Krong is the top 3 off tank right now.
Yeah,
Krong is
absolutely.
really fucking good.
No,
Oh my god, what happened to my head?
Guangzhou is finally turning into the team that I expected them to be all year long. The team that we hyped
You and
up.
Ocean were just like,
Yeah.
oh, Guangzhou's going to be good. And then they come out of the gate and fall flat on their face.
Yeah. And I was like, no, just you wait.
Yeah, we were very, very persistent on Guangzhou will be a top
Just
4.
you
but-
wait.
Guangzhou will be a top team. Let them get their shit together.
Let them get their
And
shit
they
together
are.
and let Happy and Krong and all those
Shu.
people just... Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Shu and
That
Neptuno. I
like-
mean, dude.
Just
I mean, it's actually Tara right now.
It has been.
I
You're
just-
right.
I just sit here and casually just name off Guangzhou Charge's team, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, team stacked.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's why Bullskunk and Ocean were hyping them up so much prior to the season start.
Actually, while
I
we
always
are on
forget about their.
Charge,
This is not a shot at that, but it's like I always forget about their players, and then I start naming their players out loud, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Can we point out that this team has Crystal and Wyatt on an academy team now?
Yes,
They're-
they got Crystal on a 2-way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
there
it's
is.
It's on a 2-way.
situation.
But my favorite thing about all of this is, did you see how much Hangzhou Spark want to sue him for?
No.
$2 million
2.3 million US dollars.
Wait, why?
because breach of contract.
Loads of breaches of contract. Let's be real.
I don't
Have they
understand.
even have they even publicly said why he didn't come back to the
Yeah. So,
Spark?
if you didn't know, Crystal last year requested time off for illness.
Oh, that was the
Uh,
one where he like just fled. It seemed.
Just fled. Yeah,
Yeah,
just fled.
that's right. That's
And
right.
then yeah, basically, like there was a lot of breaches of contract. Apparently, he was getting paid during that time as well. So
Because it was considered sick leave.
Gotcha.
So there's some stuff going on there, but Guangzhou Charge picking Crystal up for an academy team just seems a bit unfair.
Yeah, that does seem a bit unfair. Not that they need him.
Yeah, I mean, actually, let's talk about next season of Chinese Contenders. We will see Crystal versus D.VA.
Hell yeah.
Oh my
Not only
God.
did the
That's
Charge get
Contenders
Crystal,
fudge.
they got Wyatt as well.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did get Wyatt.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks pretty good. From
Dude,
the clips I've
Chinese
seen, so.
Contenders is disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as good as Korean. I mean, it's definitely the second best Contenders region by far now, in my opinion.
It's hard to argue that.
There's what we're gushing about like Guangzhou and Paris. It's just like me and my friend were talking the other day about San Francisco. We were just like, even though San Francisco lost, yes, they lost, but at the same time, I still look at their roster and they're still just stacked.
Oh yeah, of course. It's San Fran.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
they
yeah, I
they
mean-
have 4 role stars that aren't even playing. Well, I guess
Just
3
look at-
3
I mean,
plus.
just
I'm
look at
not
their
sure that they
support line.
lost, but
Just look at their support line and just their support line. Just look at their support line.
Well, Moth, Twilight, and not Alarm. Moth, Twilight, and Violet.
yeah. And Rascal flexing over just because
and
he's Rascal.
Just Rascal.
Being Rascal.
I mean, let's talk about my prediction because I want to just bring myself back to me because I'm more important than all of you. I'm kidding.
Are you?
Yeah. So my
Give us your prediction.
Are
What's
you?
what 4 do you think you're gonna make it?
okay. So the easiest one for me to make is Shanghai. I think they're locked in. They're going to be a top 2 team in China,
Yeah,
no matter.
no matter what.
So, just also a MVP candidate that has not come up very often, that in my opinion from Shanghai, is Fleta.
Fletcher, man. The problem
I
is,
mean,
if you give Fletcher MVP, you have to make
I
a
think
skin
Bullskunk
for
was the one who
every
brought it up
character.
originally.
Yeah.
Bullskunk, I think you were the one who brought it up originally. That
Yeah,
Fleta
no,
was-
Fleta has absolutely stepped up. But what were you saying, Ocean? If you give it to Fleta, then what?
You have to make a skin for every character in the game.
That wouldn't hurt my feelings. We just get 5 Fleta skins. I mean, same thing with Rascal. If you give Rascal MVP, like what skin? What skin are we gonna get?
I would want Rascal to meme just because he memes quite a bit. I want him to meme and get a Brig skin.
Well, but we've already gotten a unique Brig skin. It's not a
Who
championship
cares?
skin, but we got the goat skin.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I've got it locked in
Rascal-
Shanghai.
If San Francisco dominates, like from this point on, I think Rascal gets the MVP nod.
Perhaps.
If they
Finish your
dominate.
predictions there, Ocean.
But I'm gonna the other. The other APAC spot is probably between Guangzhou and MXL. We're heading into a Genji meta. Hakusel's got a Genji. They still have a chance at getting MXL, but I'll go Guangzhou. I'll mix it up a bit for the NA ones. We'll go Shock
Ooh.
because I'm not stupid. And I don't want to go with Paris, and I don't want to go with Fusion, as much as I like Fusion.
Houston Outlaw? No, I'm joking.
No, Jesus.
We already took a hit this week. Spree.
I'm gonna go for the most inconsistent team of the season. I'm gonna go for the Los Angeles Gladiators.
Ooh.
Why the Glads? That is a hot take because
It is a very hot
they have looked pretty poopy
Human.
these past few weeks, and I love the Glads. I love their roster. I'm a big OG fan, just as a longtime Fuel fan, and
OG.
I like rooting on OG. I still think Space is your best NA off tank, despite recent showing. But to say that they're caliber, that championship caliber, what makes you put them up there?
So basically, I mean, you look at that team and you're looking like all the pieces are very, very strong pieces. They are very, very strong pieces,
Yeah.
and they've got a massive roster, and I feel like that's going to help you, especially if you're one of the lower seeded teams making a run. That's something going to help you having a lot of different options. Say Cloudy's had a bad game of mains, like just put an OG. I mean, you have a lot of options, and all in all, I think this team can flex a lot. And when it gets down to it, I feel like they'll make the top 4. I have a feeling, and I mean they've consistently been inconsistent, but they've always consistently been in that top 5 or 6 teams both seasons.
Yeah. And you can't underestimate that support lineup either. Shaz and Big Goose.
Shaz and Big
Just
Goose.
every time you start to underestimate them, they stomp your ass.
I love Big Goose. That dude is in.
Oh, what's not to love? What's not to love
The
about
Goose
Big
is
Goose?
loose.
Yeah.
I mean,
Goose is loose.
us heading into a meta that's not Orisa, that helps them a lot.
That
I think
is
Billy's
an
back.
excellent
Talk about that,
segue.
Ocean. Yeah, let's talk about that. So
I planned that
what's up?
perfectly, by the way.
No, you did. That was fantastic. Ocean.
10 out of 10, Ocean. 10 out of 10 segue.
Top tier transition.
Oh, I see a Billy. Once he gets situated,
You
I'll
see it,
unmute him.
Billy? Oh.
So
See it,
yes,
Billy? Look-
hero pool for our opening 2 weeks of the Countdown Cup.
So we have May, Widowmaker, Orisa, and Ana.
Obviously, Orisa's the big one here.
Yes.
I mean, May has
There's a lot
seen limited playtime since the Genji meta has risen up.
Here's my take on it, right? So you don't have Orisa anymore. So Shield, you're limited to Ryan Sig, but a lot of teams would be running that May to help on defense, especially
What,
the
Ocean?
low tiers and everything like that. It's
That's a hard
it
disagree with
helps.
all of you.
Okay. But it does. Maywall does help. Take some of that damage, so that way you can recharge your shields and everything. That's a big hit right there.
You don't think the Orisa is the biggest impact of this hero pool?
No, I think
wouldn't say at all.
Orisa's the biggest impact.
Oh, Orisa is one of the biggest picks. Like that's absolutely the biggest one.
but I
I'm
feel
just
like-
saying that May is also sizable.
But what you were kind of saying Ryan Sig. I mean, nah. I'm thinking
Dive.
Zarya Winston.
Yeah,
Zarya
I'm
Winston.
thinking-
Zarya Winston.
I don't think
No, no,
D.VA is
no,
a
no.
strong
What I was
enough
saying
player
is, if you're
to
gonna
be
run
effective.
double shield now, you're limited. That's all I was
The only
saying.
teams that'll be running double
I
shield
think-
are bad teams like the Dynasty.
I
Yeah, well,
think
no, I'm
the
just saying that
biggest.
if you're going to.
I think the biggest thing in this entire hero pool is the Ana, especially with how strong Genji has been and how
Yeah, but
heavily
no
some
one's-
teams have been leaning on Nanoblade.
No, because that's the teams leaning on Nanoblade have been losing. The Ana is too vulnerable, and as soon as the Ana is in there in this current meta, at least when we have no hero pools, she is absolutely just a target that's getting picked apart. We're seeing a lot more Super Blade than we are Nano Blade in the past couple weeks, both across contenders and Outplay.
So Orisa and Ana are the two biggest ones because May honestly wasn't being played as much.
No,
from what I
but
saw.
where May comes in is if the Brawl comp does decide to come back, or if somebody is considering running Brawl, you would want that
Yeah.
May in the midst of that. And there's,
So
I
I think
mean, on maps like Control Center where you have little micro metas built in, even though Control Center's turned into more of a spam map in recent memory than a Hold the Choke map. With
I think we're
Junkrat
gonna-
making a resurgence there, it's still, I think that is going to be the nail in the coffin of Brawl. That's why we're not going to see the
I think the
Reinhardt.
funny thing is now that Night Market and Control Center have kind of changed.
They have.
Night Market's now about controlling space, and yeah,
It's so true.
yeah.
I think just looking at the teams, yeah, I think a lot of teams are going to go with the Dive, Tracer, Genji.
I mean,
or-
who does that help? Who does that help? Well, it helps Shanghai. Let's start with that. They've been practicing.
Oh,
They've
just
been
look-
practicing that Zarya Winston for ages, and they've
Yeah.
tested it with Team CC. Team CC basically threw in their Zarya
The
Winston
top-
position and struggled in playoffs of Chinese contenders because of it, and then just came back with it and popped off the next day. So they
the
know what
teams
they're
that
doing.
I've seen successful at the Zarya Winston, the teams I've seen the most successful were the Shanghai Dragons, there was the Shanghai Dragons, the LA Valiant, and the Atlanta Reign. Those are the three teams that I remember seeing Zarya Winston really working for those teams.
And
Only one
we'll start.
was in the lineup.
We're starting to see it in contenders in tier 3 as well, in open division as
Yes.
well. Avoided is right now undefeated, running a Zarya Winston composition and a very,
Yeah, I mean-
very aggressive Moira. When I was casting,
Yeah,
I
I
literally was like, "Do not try this at home," because like that
Yeah.
the Moira was flanking in a backline Moira, and it was stupid. Like it was
Yeah,
it was nutty to
worked.
watch, and it worked.
Yeah. So this is going to help teams like your like your Shanghai, etc. And I would like to see some teams incorporate different identities of it. I could see Hackfist being really good with the Zarya Winston.
Yeah.
You have a lot of
Dallas.
options.
Hint,
Dallas
hint,
should go for
hint.
that identity. If Dallas go for that identity, I could see them being
You have
decent.
one half of the Hackfist there. You have Doha.
I mean, the
And
hack
you
and
get-
slash works too. I've seen
Yeah,
the hack
yeah.
and slash
True.
come out a few times as well, and it's actually pretty
Hack
darn.
and slash would be something coming from Paris, I think, with Xe and Sparkle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
By the way,
whatever team-
welcome to the party, Billy. Everybody, welcome to
hello.
the welcome.
Will we let you chirp in and let you talk about what you think of this hero pool?
What do
What's
I think
up?
about this hero pool? I mean, Donkey Horse going out of it obviously is very
Be nice
detrimental
my
to the
lovely
double
lady
show.
there, Billy.
Hey,
You have to be a
she's-
donkey and a horse.
yes, she can because I said so. Shut
Okay,
up,
go on.
Ocean. Nobody asked you.
Go on.
Nobody asked you. I've been calling her
Man.
Donkey Horse for like 2 years now.
It's true.
That's just been my personal nickname for her. I think that you lose the CC ability of the Halt and the Fortified, the Deny. Pins coming in from a Reinhardt. I think that you lose so much value from her being off the field. I see Ryan Sigma really do. I really do see Ryan Sigma personally. From what I've seen, not across, the Get Good that we do, watching Open Division, the Contenders Trials. Ryan Sigma could be good, but I would think that Metal Dive could become a thing, especially with D.Va being in as strong of a place that she is right now. You could also pair, the Winston with Hammond as well. I think that running in there, throwing your bubble down and getting a pile driver into a bubbled target. Denies the healing, allows you to get all that concentrated fire into it. I mean, we all know that that Winston's bubble goes over with a really stiff wind, but for the assassinations that the Metal Dive really thrives upon, I think that if you bring that in there, you drop that in there, you get the pile driver with the CC stun into it. I think that you can assassinate multiple backline characters if it's well coordinated.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a cool take.
who would you say is one of the best balls in the Overwatch League?
Gomsu.
Oh, Among.
Yeah.
Gamsu, that's Dallas.
Among.
I mean, there's the obvious
I mean,
aiming. I mean, the proliferator of ball. Like there's a reason I have an aiming skin.
Yeah.
I
mean,
would
talking
laugh
about
so
just
hard if the Chengdu Hunters just come on and go undefeated in these 2 weeks.
I just don't see Ball being better than Winston, but I think like a team like Chengdu could use that adaptation.
But the
Yeah.
adaptive
Alright,
shields,
cool.
but hold on. The adaptive shielding, and a lot of people forget this, is when you activate, it actually activates more armor the more people that are around him. So,
Yeah.
if they do it and if they coordinate it in a certain way, he's going to be a lot more viable than Winston, and his mobility is better than Winston's. So, I mean, you could use him either as a flanking tank, in the mode of a Roadhog, but with way better mobility and survivability. Also, you got the CC ability of him, when he goes barreling through, knocks people out of the way like bowling pins. So I think that there's some merit to it.
and
I
Wrecking
think
Ball.
Ball would be
Would
be good against.
Go ahead. Ball be good against what?
I would just say if a team is trying to face you with a brawl comp with the Rhine D.Va or the Rhine Sigma, you just roll through them and dive whatever decides to get heated the furthest.
I'm gonna drop some stats on y'all real quick. If
Right.
the team runs Ryan Sigma, I remember we had a week where it was Ryan Sigma versus Dive. Whatever team ran Ryan Sigma basically lost because
Yep.
Dive had a 63.7% team fight win percentage. That is pretty much the highest team fight win percentage I've seen composition versus composition, like ever in an week of Overwatch League. And then number two, the goal. I do see the point of the ball, but I mean the goal of a tank in the Dive composition is to control high grounds, control space.
You can grapple.
I mean, how is Ball gonna do damage from the high ground and control the high ground? He's just a big fat target shooting at you.
It varies. I mean, technically, so is Winston. And dive has evolved into more of the soft dive style. You don't really get the hard dive into the back line. Whoever can kill each other's supports first. That's like, the 2017 way of playing dive. But it's way more soft dives in this day and age. Where and it is about staging around the enemy, getting them surrounded and building up your ultimates, and then one big explosive strike altogether. But I could see it. I mean, Mines with Primal is vicious. Like, just right there is an amazing combination.
I mean, the person on Shanghai that I've seen become very, very proficient with ball is Geguri, surprisingly.
Geguri is a great off tank.
Yeah.
She's a great off tank.
I just don't see why you would bench Void ever.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
I agree with that one, but it's just like
she is a good bowl, but like, sorry.
I think it also depends on which map you're on too, because I mean, Geguri on Watchpoint Gibraltar, probably one of the scariest off tanks in the Owl realm right now. Always has been. When she was owning chumps in Korea, I mean. That's a very specific map that she could come in on and really dominate the day. It doesn't have, you don't bench Void, you just substitute him out for a map. I think that you get the value out of her. It also, in an even farther vein than that, it also brings in the female fans, seeing a female starter or a female substitute coming in, because we don't have enough of that.
Agreed.
Carrot
makes
two different points there. Yeah.
Carrot makes a good point on Hunters in Boston. Okay, well, I mean, I kind of see that, but Spitfire, that's the interesting one that I'm seeing here in Carrot's list, and I can see Spitfire making definitely a dark horse kind of run with this hero pool. I think
Spitfire is the worst Shanghai.
What's that?
Aren't Spitfire is the worst Shanghai?
Yeah, theoretically. I mean, okay. But that doesn't mean they can't make the run.
Oh, they can make the run. I think they have a chance of getting third and that sort of thing. I just don't think that they'll challenge some other teams.
Hey, thank you for the gifted sub, Airborne.
The only sad thing is we are hyping up Geguri, and she has had some decent performances in the league. But technically, she has never won an Overwatch League series where she's won a map. So
well, let's transition into our matches that we're gonna see this week with this new hero pool. So start things off. Well, we got Paris versus Vancouver. Unless anybody has any insight on that one, I think that should be a pretty unanimous. Paris is gonna win.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I mean, Vancouver have looked better. I mean, I think they caught Dallas on a very much of an off day. The first time Decay wasn't in, and it was only God's first game.
I mean, that wasn't really much of Vancouver being good, to be honest.
No, it really wasn't. I can't argue that. It really wasn't. Dallas threw the shit out of that.
And then the very next week,
I've already used that game, and it looked like Arrow just had an off week setting up the team. I mean, there was no individual.
It seemed like Decay. I think it was may have been a little bit of burnout on Decay's part, not him trying to go to Valorant or anything. He was just like,
no, it looks like burnout. He's just playing Valorant in his spare time, so rumors, haha, fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Battle of Texas.
Yes.
Giddy up, boys.
With Linkser playing the way that he did. Boy, that was a tough one.
You can't play Widow.
Yeah, but there's no Widowmaker.
No Widow now. There won't be any Widow.
There is no Widowmaker.
No Widowmaker. So
but there is Ash.
I'm still giving it to Dallas.
I'm thinking.
What?
It depends. Does Dallas still give me a unique look where we see like a Hackfist, Zaya Winston, something like that? Or no?
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this one. I'm gonna go Houston 3-2.
You're not.
I'm actually gonna join you on Houston. I don't think Dallas have the leadership to go for a cool, unique, smart look that suits their team.
Yeah. I can see
so
that.
I'm going Houston 3-0.
I don't think it's gonna be a 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah, 3-0.
Damn.
Okay.
I think hydration's going to get bodied. I think the DPS of Dallas are going to show up. I firmly disagree.
You think they're salty after getting stomped by Paris?
Oh yeah, but there's not. I mean, again, it's
Paris won it all, so you can't be
exactly okay. You got beat by the championship team. Like you can't feel too bad about that.
Right.
They took a map off of them.
Yeah. No, and that was a good series.
Yeah.
No, I'm going Houston. I just don't have faith that Arrow is gonna give them some leadership into like a new identity for this stage. And that, I mean, he's done a good job with them. Like, I mean, you remember where the field were in season 1.
Yeah.
He has took them up. I just don't think he can take them any further, especially like when you're preparing week to week. It just doesn't do it for me.
I just think it's going to be a close game because all Battle of Texas games are.
Oh yeah, no, that's as any Dallas-Houston rivalry.
With an MVP to Jax.
Literally any. Like even like Cowboys and Texans. Astros
Rangers.
And
Rangers.
Oh yeah, that's a giant F. The Astros.
That is. I mean,
bunch of cheaters. Bunch of filthy cheaters.
I mean, even Texas A&M and Longhorns.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's horrible. That's almost as good as the Red River rivalry.
Yeah, the Red River rivalry,
Texas
which is
Red
played
River
in Dallas.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What's this American
I
shite
love
you're
it.
talking about?
Okay.
Okay, I know 3 of the people in here like Texas teams or are from Texas. Let's move on to the 2 Jekyll and Hyde teams in the next game.
Hold on. I say Dallas 3-1. Dallas 3-1.
Dallas.
Thank you, Billy.
Okay.
Yep.
You're wrong.
We'll see.
Ooh.
Moving on.
Okay,
Soul versus Spark.
Identity.
Moving on. Just move on.
I can't even see it. I'm so blind.
Spark and Soul Dynasty.
Spark.
Yeah, it depends on. Soul is the coin flip team. It depends on what
Which
Soul.
Soul are we getting?
And they're just bad. Soul are just bad. I don't want to hear it.
I disagree, but whatever.
I'm gonna go with Soul Dynasty 3-1.
No, I mean you don't take 3 maps off of Shanghai in a row because you're bad.
Yeah.
They're bad.
I'm taking.
They would have clean sweeped Shanghai if that wasn't a best of 7.
Spark 3-0.
Yeah, but it's a best of 7.
It was that particular day, yes. But again, you don't take.
But it's a best of 7. You don't get a win for almost beating Shanghai. That's not how that works.
No, but you still won 3 maps in a row, which in any other game would have been a clean sweep. That's what I'm saying.
But it's a finals match, so it's first 4.
Right, exactly.
It happens.
Fine, then I'll put it back the other way. They lost 4 maps in a row.
Also true. Also true. Very valid point, sir. Very valid point.
Like, they're both valid points. How about this? It's like we just.
I don't think they're good at all. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still giving it to Spark.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. The Charge and Spitfire. I'm gonna go with the Charge.
That should be pretty handily be Charge. That should. Yeah.
3-1 because I think London's gonna probably punch him in the mouth because that's how London is. But Charge get the series.
Punch him in the mouth and control.
Yeah,
maybe.
Hunters
it depends on how they react.
It's a very strong game mode for London. You know, I'll agree with Billy and go 3-1 Charge.
It is. And it kind of depends. It depends on how the teams are going to respond to this hero pool too.
Yeah.
I mean, no widows are happy.
Charge and Hunters and Nixel.
Nixel.
I mean, yeah, you kind of got to go Nixel here, just given track records.
I mean, I wouldn't be upset if Chengdu won.
I love Chengdu. I mean, that's.
Oh yeah.
I love them.
If Chengdu had a thing called coaching staff, they would do well.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like they don't have talent. Like, holy shit, they've got some talented players.
Okay. Actually, do we know if because they put out a job advertisement for coaches? Did they get one in the end? Because I don't think they did. They never announced anyone.
I've never seen them announce anyone.
They never announced anyone, but they did put a job advertisement for a head coach.
Let's go check it out. Let's go check it out.
Wikipedia.
Ocean, go apply.
Titans.
Yes, because I can speak Chinese.
They have translators there, you twat.
Oh yeah, you know what? If yeah, I'll do it.
Just do it for shits and giggles.
Man, I'll be the best coach, man. So Dynasty are bad.
So they have
Wash, farm him. Bye. See you later.
They have co-head coaches.
Yeah.
The
That's the problem
co-head
right there.
coaches. Those
That's the problem
fucking
right there.
wonder their
Forehead?
shit.
Get a
It's
translator
Ray
for that.
and Dogaby.
Who the fuck is co-head coaches?
Ray and Dogaby.
No wonder you're poo.
Yeah, Dokapi's from LGE.
And Ray
No
is
problem
from
who they
Flash
are.
Forwards.
My problem is why?
Yeah, that's a big why. That's a big why. All right.
Why you have two head coaches? That's so weird.
Yeah, that's Chengdu's in a rough spot. All right, moving on. Glad's Titans.
Glad.
Can Glads get their shit together?
No.
Yes, 100%.
You're just saying that just because you predicted them to be in the finals.
I have to predict them here, don't I? I just predicted them to be
That's-
top 4.
That's true. You kind of do have to predict them here, don't you?
I'm kind of forced to do this. I do think the Titans look good now, though.
No, I think Glads can make a run at the end. I don't disagree with that.
I think, Glads win this one 3-1. Vancouver. People have figured out Vancouver already. Just shut down the DPS.
Yep.
Actually, I think Shredlock's a very, very talented Winston.
Yeah.
Shredlock's a very good Winston, but
His other heroes we will not discuss, otherwise I might get in trouble.
Yeah.
Washington, Toronto. Both teams.
Washington.
Toronto.
Toronto.
Both of these teams have shown some signs of greatness in recent
Am I the
games.
only
But,
team going Washington?
yeah, I think so.
We just had
So defiant.
Okay,
It's
I'm
gonna,
going
be, it's gonna be a 5-map series though.
Yeah, I'm going Washington because they've had a little bit of time off. I think they've managed to get Stitch over to the US.
And they actually won. They actually won a game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just see them. I just see them having like a new identity once we kick things back
Didn't
up.
they?
I mean,
Didn't I say like 2 weeks ago that what if Washington pulls what they did last season and goes on a freaking winning
Yeah.
streak?
they've now got Johnny and Stitch, I think, in the US, which is huge.
Yeah.
Arc, I've sung Arc's praises all season. Just
No,
get
that's
it all together, right? I'm gonna go Washington.
Katuba has been really good on Genji.
Tatuba's been inconsistent this entire season, but has had really, really good moments. So yeah, the pieces are there. Washington have a good chance later on in the season, so I'm gonna go Washington.
All right, we'll just skip the next one. It's not even worth mentioning.
Come on, Boston might win a team fight.
They might get a kill. Eh,
Maybe.
LA
LA
versus
Valiant versus
Atlanta Reign.
Atlanta.
this is way more interesting. This is going to be a good matchup.
Both teams,
Okay.
both
Boy.
teams have looked
Can
garbage.
you answer me a question before I answer the actual question?
Yeah.
Is Pogba starting or is Gator starting?
I don't know.
Because that literally twists it on its head.
It does.
From what I understand, Pogba plays control, Gator plays payload.
That gives me nothing. That's a 2-2. We have got a 2-2 series and it doesn't finish.
It's a perpetual tie.
How does Massa play in that? That's the real question in the support line.
I mean, I like
they've been
Massa
playing
a lot, so-
they've actually taken out Massa a lot and put in Fire.
Yeah, they
For
have.
Brig, yeah, but Brig's got nerfed, and I mean, Brig will be alright,
But Brig is still being played.
yeah, Brig's
Brig's
still
still being
alright. I don't
played.
think she's the best pick. I feel like on a lot of the more linear maps, she should be going for the Zenyatta. That was
So,
just from
right now,
He's just so
what they've
vulnerable.
mostly been playing is Massa has been playing the Baptiste, and Dogman has been playing the Zenyatta. And if they run
What
Brig,
the
they run
hell?
Fire, and they run Fire on Brig, and they run Dogman on Bat.
The BAP is in. It's, I mean, high damage output support line, but you're so vulnerable in the Genji
as
meta.
I said, in the linear maps, like the King's Row, the
I mean, I still think getting good
Busan
Genji is just going to go
Sanctuary.
farm your ass. I mean,
what
but
if you know how to peel?
I
And
think
it's just like Urster's finally showed up, and
I'm not convinced we're going to be seeing as much Genji. I mean, yes, he is extremely strong, but he was enabled so much by Halt. Like, just period. Was enabled so much by Halt. So
Mhm.
I could see teams opting to go around that. Now, I'm not sure what the next solution is. I mean, do we go back
I
to
mean-
Ash Tracer, or does the Echo Maker come back since there's
I
no
think-
Widowmaker?
Yeah, I think looking at the LA game, you're not looking at tank line versus tank line or support line versus support line. You're
It's
looking at how the
deeps.
PS are going to.
Yes.
It's Shax and KSP versus Erster and Edison.
Yeah. I think Valiant got it, but I think this is going to be a really close match.
I'm gonna go with that as well.
I
I'm
say
gonna go Valiant.
3-2 Valiant.
Yep, 3-2 Valiant.
Poplin agrees.
3-1.
I'm gonna go 3-2 Rain.
Gotta respect it. I love it. Paris should stomp Toronto unless anybody has any and knows something that I don't.
Paris is
I
on
think
Toronto.
Paris-
I'm-
I think
Actually,
Toronto.
before- Okay, before we continue, whoever's talking shit in the chat, go fuck off. Show your face if you want to talk some shit. Sorry.
What?
Go on.
We've had a couple of
No, just fuck
Really
off, man. If you want to
people
go abuse
that-
someone,
Oh,
fucking at least show your
Two
face, you
people.
donkeys. Disgusting.
get him out of
bring
here.
on, huh?
Get him out of
They're
here.
gone.
Get
They're
him
already
out of here.
fucked off. Get out.
They're banned. They're banned.
Get him
We don't
out
need
of here.
people like that.
Uh.
Moving on to the next one.
Let's see. What else we got
Miami
here?
versus Florida Mayhem.
Yeah, Florida completely
Alright.
shit the bed against Houston.
I
What?
think we're gonna get
Yeah, they
Florida.
did, and they wanted that match. They wanted it.
Florida
Florida.
has given the blueprint of how to beat them.
Nah, I'm
How to
going
beat
Florida.
Atlanta?
How to beat Atlanta.
Yeah. No, and I think Florida comes back angry. I think Florida comes
I
back
think Florida-
real angry.
Florida wins this 3-1. Florida wins 3-1. I love Atlanta. I really want them to win, but unless
Yeah, they're Florida.
Edison or Erster just decides to utterly destroy Yaki, it's not going to happen.
And I think we are going to see more Tracer.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think Yaki will just stomp. Valiant Boston should. I mean, anybody going up against Boston, you kind of have to give it to the other team. At this
Yeah,
point,
even though Boston has
Actually, this game smells of a Boston W though. It just smells of it. I can smell the W sauce from here.
Here's the thing: if LA beats Atlanta, they're losing to Boston.
see. I think
if
it's the other
LA
way around. I think if LA loses
I-
to Atlanta, they're boomed.
You think they're boomed?
If they take the loss on Saturday, I could see them going into Sunday with a weak mental and not having the confidence to play their game, which would give Boston a little bit of room to work.
So you think if LA loses to Atlanta in a close series, they go in and just get dicked on by Boston?
No, but I could see giving Boston the room to do their thing and to play their game. And I think that it's up to Valiant is really what I'm thinking here. This one is absolutely up to Valiant.
And I don't know. I'm just sitting here, just like you have to really focus on Shax against it in LA versus Atlanta. You really have to hope that Shax outplays Erster, because I don't know how good KSP's Genji is in the Overwatch League, and KSP doesn't have Widowmaker to fall back on.
It's true.
So we'll see.
Sorry, I'm doing something. I'll get you in a second.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
We're all choosing Boston 4-0, right?
Count 4-0.
In a first to 3, yes. We're choosing Boston 4-0 and a first to 3. That's it.
No, honestly, I'll probably say LA 3-1 though.
Yeah, I think LA has that one.
Yeah, easily.
Moving on. Anybody have any final closing thoughts on Al before we watch this badass trailer?
Yeah, I actually want to just make a point that I just feel like a lot of teams and orgs, just that Chengdu shit, and saying co-head coaches, that shit's pissed me right off, to be honest. Do Overwatch League organizations, like, seriously just not know how to run a team? Like, seriously.
I don't think a lot of them do.
Like, seriously, it is ridiculous. That co-head coaches thing, I feel like a lot of teams kind of grasp onto their head coach a little bit. I mean, as I said earlier, like, a coach could do a great job immediately and take you farther, like Arrow did with the field. But again, I firmly believe his time's up, for example. And I feel like at the end of the season would be the appropriate time to part ways, and then he can go on a new challenge. Because he is quite, I actually think he's there, but just not the right person
Like
to lead
Austin.
them further forward. I can see Arrow going to Boston and doing
Yeah.
wonders.
Oh, Arrow's brilliant. I mean, like, I've heard the man talk firsthand. As far as I've seen him like give a speech at the collegiate
yeah.
game. I mean, like, he has a brilliant Overwatch mind.
I
Yeah.
just
He
hate the
knows
fact that people
his
say
shit.
that he's bad.
I just
I hate
don't think
people that
he's
say
the
he's a
right man to
bad-
lead them further. I'm not saying
I
he's
hate the
bad.
people who say that he's a bad coach because it's just like, oh, they're not winning this and that. I'm like, look at just normal sports. How many amazing coaches have you seen just lose a locker room or it just stopped working?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they just don't function anymore, and you just got to move on. I think that they need to identify that. Another one with that sort of, I mean, actually, why the fuck did Soul Dynasty hire Wizard Hyun?
Seriously. No
Like
idea.
that decision doesn't make sense to me at all.
They must have got a hell of a bargain or something.
Hey, I'll pay you to coach your team.
Man, I just think he's so far behind. Like he got figured out in Overwatch League Season 1.
Yeah, he really
And
did.
that is why the Spitfire won Stage 1 in Overwatch League Season 1. And that's why he was gone. You know?
and just like immediately, and honestly, I just feel like his coaching style was so slow that his players had to take the reins.
You're running.
You had
Yeah.
people like Pine and Jonag basically just going, I guess I have to kill things.
Yeah, it was so slow. And you're telling Prophet and Gesture to play a slow, methodical style?
Yeah,
When
like
Jester's
that's
just like, when Jester's literally just the definition of yeet yeet.
Yeah. It'd be the equivalent of telling Mero, hey, can you stroke this cow in my back garden for a couple minutes?
okay. That's
But
the
it's like
weirdest
we give
analogy I've ever heard. I was like,
All right.
We give crap
Let's roll this trailer.
we give crap to the current iteration of the NYXL because Mono sometimes just ends into the enemy team and dies, but most of the time it works.
Most of the time it works. Okay, so wonderful transition here. Far Cry 6 trailer dropped earlier this week, and this just looks amazing. This looks like one of the most cinematic games I think I've ever seen. I don't know if y'all ever played the Far Cry series. It's traditionally an open world type of game, but with just fantastic storylines and fantastic character development. So here we'll just play this trailer, and then we'll discuss.
I'm just excited.
I'm not a big fan of. I've never played the Far Cry games, and I'm a bit of a Nintendo fanboy. So.
I know, but they
Paper
got
Mario
John
comes out this Friday.
Esposito.
Yes.
One of the best. One of the best.
It's beautiful, amigo. Perfect, but useless.
Don't whisper.
I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
Papa.
Now, the grenade is simple. It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course, the pin.
What are you doing?
Breathe, Diego. Breathe. The pin simply holds the handle in place. It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom. Follow me. Now, I am El Presidente, which means that someday you will be El Presidente. And our people, they do not know how to be happy. They are torn apart by opinions, noise, indecision, strangled by their own freedoms. And even if you have love in your heart, even if you want what's best for them, if you only want to save them from themselves, they will hate you, Diego. Everything you say, do, believe will be wrong. They will answer you with screams, call you evil, a monster, and give you this. So you tell me, are you evil? Are you a monster? Because our country is like this grenade, except it has two basic parts. Our people and you. And you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go boom. Do you understand now? Prove it.
Watch more from Far Cry 6.
Okay, so that just looks sick as fuck. Like, that just, oh my god.
Yep, he went from making crystal meth to ruling a country. I'm sorry. You got the reference.
Yeah, he plays the villain in Breaking Bad. I mean, obviously, like, that's what he's known for. And it's one of the most chilling villains ever. And I see this following in suit. I love how cinematic it is. I mean, that is gorgeous. Like, that is a hype freaking trailer. The music, the camera angles, the lighting.
Those are my
and not to
favorite
mention the acting. Holy shit, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite villains. The ones that are not over the top crazy. The ones that are not the ones that are just chillingly calm and confident in what they're doing.
Well,
It's gonna be good.
speaking of villains,
Yep. So this definitely inspired us to go back and look at some of our favorite video game villains of all time. Because I think that has the potential for I forget the actor's name, but Far Cry 6 has the potential for it to be, I mean, up there, if not the most wicked villain we've ever seen in a video game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna open up to the floor here. I guess I should change our title back.
No.
No.
Favorite game villains. Ed,
it's like I have one that's like on my mind. I told you guys.
I have loads, but like I don't
I
want to
know
spoil
you have
any of the
loads, but
game.
this one has like stuck with me. Like this one traumatized like so many people.
I have several. I have 7 that I would like to go through.
I see.
But starting off with Andrew Ryan.
Freaking Bioshock.
Bioshock. I mean, that kind of suits that definition of what you're talking about, where he's just chill, like smooth, like it's not over the top antics and over the top craziness. It is pure control and manipulation of the entire scenario. He's the one who built Rapture, which is, if you've never played the Bioshock games, that is the underwater city where the first 2 games are based, and the expansion for the 3rd game, for that matter.
Would you kindly?
Yes, the infamous Would You Kindly. Amazing villain.
1 second.
Amazing villain. Y'all, should I just go through my list, or shall we rotate? How do we play
Yeah,
this?
go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go through your list. Shoot through your list.
Okay. Next, I'm actually going back to Far Cry 3. And this...
you took my villain!
Oh, dude, you can't have a best villains list and not put Voss in it. Like, this immediately came to mind. And that's the exact opposite of what you're talking about. Like, Voss is pure insanity. I mean, just like Joker maniacal, pure freaking insanity. And
So,
that's one that stuck with me through the years. That was such a good performance.
do you know the story behind Voss in the game, right?
I mean, it's been a while since I've played Far Cry 3, but
Not just the story. No. How he got into the game. Voss was never actually supposed to be in Far Cry 3.
okay.
So the actor for Voss brought the character to the developers, basically as a try. He essentially just did a reading for them, and they loved the character so much that they just added him into the game.
Yeah, that he became the primary villain. He makes the game.
Yeah.
He makes the game. I mean, he turned that into one of the greatest games I've ever played, just surely built on Voss's performance. And it drives you throughout the entire series. I mean, it keeps the drive through the playtime.
Do you know the definition of insanity?
Exactly. Moving on. Handsome Jack.
Ah.
I think you also cannot have a top video game villains list and not mention Handsome Jack. Talk about outstanding frickin' performance, and that the maniacally happy, where he's so happy it's insane, and not to mention he wears a mask of himself. So I won't spoil the why. If there's somebody living under a rock out there that's never played Borderlands 2, you should. But he wears a mask of himself, and it's one of the most amazing performances ever, as far as a video game is concerned. I mean, in my opinion, it's here, Butt Stallion, here, Butt Stallion. It's like, oh, where's my I had a violin for this. I mean, it's dude, and most of Handsome Jack's work is done pure VO. That's what's one of the things that made this performance so good, is it's just his voice. And most of it's done over comms. I mean, of course, you actually see him physically in some of the cutscenes and stuff, but some of the best lines are just him talking to your characters through the comms.
Yep. He's fun.
Handsome Jack, yes. Next on my list would be GLaDOS. Portal. A similar, hey, Portal, show
please.
Up. Show up. Don't... Why are you...
I refuse!
It broke. GLaDOS broke OBS.
I'm sorry. You are a horrible person.
Villain broke our stream.
Villain broke our stream. That bitch. Damn it, GLaDOS.
The test results are in. You are a horrible person.
Oh, man. It's... The original Portal is one of my favorite experiences ever in video games, and GLaDOS is at the heart of that.
Guys, just remember, with the trend going around that everything is a cake, just remember, the cake is a lie.
The cake is a lie. Okay,
the cake is always a lie.
I'm trying to fix our my webpage here, because this is not cool. Why did you break, webpage? I don't understand.
We also have a couple. While you're trying to work on that, we also have a couple classic villains that we all know and love. Like, one of my favorite villains of all time is obviously Ganon.
Ganon, sure.
You stole that from me.
Yeah, you put his list in there. I didn't put Ganon on my list because of that, because I respect my fellow podcasters. And Airborne, that is disgraceful. Honestly, Airborne, you're
How
muted.
dare you get this man off the cast?
How very dare you?
It's funny because my list is essentially Bolskunk, so I had to think of a whole new fucking list.
My list is different.
My list is directly below Bull Skunks. Stop yours.
All right.
I will say I really respect the last pick in your list. I think it is a very good choice.
No more.
Keep running through them.
No more choices from Airborne.
Yeah, you're fired.
You're fired. There we go. There's the Ganon, and later known as Ganondorf, as he mutates.
I actually don't like the Ganondorf name at all. I
think Ganon's better.
Yeah,
it's like so much more dynamic.
It's a little dwarfy.
Yeah.
It's a little dwarfy.
It's a little dwarfy.
Oh no, we can continue on the streak. Billy, you did have some good ones.
Oh, I mean, Bowser.
Yes,
Iconic.
Iconic.
iconic. And then my last one is Dr. Wily from Mega Man.
I love this pick.
Believe it or
So-
not, I almost bought the entire Mega Man series. And, it was
Someone
so
that we-
close, and then I saw the price, and I was like, "Yikes!"
I haven't played many
can't do
Mega Man
that.
games.
Honestly-
I've only played the. Go on.
I don't feel like they hold up, honestly. They don't hold up as
So,
well as some of the
something that I
classic
don't see
games, in my opinion.
Something that I don't see on anyone's list is also Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah,
He's just a meme. I mean, like,
Eggman.
he never like scares me. That's what a villain's meant to
also
do.
formerly
so
known
much
as
fun.
Dr. Eggman.
No,
Well,
he got changed
Robotnik-
into Dr. Eggman.
Yeah,
It's
Robotnik.
Dr. Robotnik. Yes.
Also, Jim Carrey's performance
Yeah.
performance as Dr. Robotnik was freaking A+. By the
Yeah,
way.
Yeah, it was
I'll give you that.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
give you that. Yeah.
But I mean,
It's
that's
Jim-
Jim Carrey nails everything. Jim Carrey's Riddler was amazing. The movie was shite, but his Riddler is so badass.
Yeah.
It's just like I love the if you haven't seen the Sonic movie, Billy, have you seen the Sonic movie?
No.
I haven't seen it yet either.
Oh, you need to. You
Oh.
need to. It's so good.
I'll have to go watch
don't
it.
know.
I can't wait for the sequel. I can't wait for the sequel.
Well, I mean, it's hard. I mean, I've seen the stupid Mario Brothers movie. I should see the Sonic movie.
Oh my
right?
god, the Mario Brothers movie's fucking bad.
If I can skip through
wait,
that, I should see the
So-
Sonic movie.
So I love the
The Sonic movie seems
It
good,
is
apparently, though. It's not like-
very good. It's amazing, and it calls back to all. It calls back to the video games as well as being its own thing. It's
I
not
was-
trying
Hmm.
too hard to be the video games, but it's also not trying so
Well,
hard.
The
to be its
Mario
own
thing wasn't even like about the video games. It was just
No, it was so
oh,
bad. It was so
terrible.
bad.
Like, come on,
Oh,
the movie starts. The Sonic movie starts out in Green Hill Zone. How much better can you get?
Yeah, I mean, you might as well just have that music playing.
It is.
Yeah, I figured.
It
I figured it
does!
has to. It has to.
All right, Knight Rider, you're go, I think. Or do you have any more?
Hold on, I gotta plug my laptop in. Oh boy.
Mr.
All right,
Ryder.
well, I'll go.
I
I'll-
lose it here.
Ocean,
Actually,
I'll go, I'll go.
Ocean,
Having
you're
more.
up.
All right, so
Ocean?
I'm gonna go. So I picked 2 or 3 villains from Xenoblade, but I'm not gonna discuss one of them. I only discuss one because the whole game's a freaking spoiler, man. That's one thing that is a bit annoying. Like it's hard to discuss the game with other people who haven't played it. And I'll go with Metalface from Xenoblade because you don't know who they are or what they are.
Gotcha.
And they literally kill one of the main protagonists
Oh, that's,
immediately.
That's not the right metal face. There we go. This is what we're looking for, right?
Yes,
Ah, yes. This guy.
Yes. And then so
He's
I mean, that's the only
wicked looking too. Like, what a cool design. Holy shit.
Did you get the definitive edition version on?
I don't know. It's black and gold with long claws and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. He looks so clean in the
He
Switch
looks
version.
so good.
He's not even the best villain from that game. So he's just like the standard generic one that kind of starts off the story. So
Right.
definitely Metalface is best to describe it. And then I'm gonna go over to Kid Icarus Uprising and name 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Medusa and Hades, both from Kid Icarus Uprising.
Ooh, I like it.
Both of them.
Medusa's classic.
Yeah, Medusa from the original.
Yep.
Um,
That's actually a really cool.
Then
That's a fan drawing. Let's see. Is that showing up on stream?
Actually,
Oh,
fun
it's not
fact
here.
about Kid Icarus Uprising is they released a bunch of playing cards, AR playing cards for Kid Icarus Uprising. They never released all of them. And on the what was the anniversary, 30th anniversary of Kid Icarus, they released one of the last 2 cards that you could get in the game. But someone managed to draw up the card what they thought the last remaining card looked like, and it was so good that you could actually input it into the game and get a complete set.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Brilliant.
Nintendo
Absolutely
incorporated
brilliant. And it was about Medusa.
Right.
It was called Medusa's Last Stand, I think.
No, that's a really cool
Nice.
pick. Medusa's an awesome pick.
So
Mhm.
Medusa is actually in the game is the main villain.
Right.
She is one of. I mean, we know the story of Medusa and what she does, and Medusa is the typical villain to Icarus because
Right. From the mythology.
from the mythology. So
Yeah.
that's super cool to me. But she's not the main villain. It's Hades, Lord of the Underworld,
Well, of
who
course.
is. I mean, if you've heard Hades' dialogue, it's fucking hilarious. Like, he is just so nonchalant about being like this deathy warlord. He's just fucking funny. He's like the perfect imagination of what I think like a Lord of the Underworld would actually be like. Just be a hilarious. Oh yeah, I kill people. I need their souls. Just casually, just thinks it's normal. Just thinks it's normal. So yeah, no, Hades and Medusa are just great villains from that game. Really good game. The voice acting in that game is excellent, by the way, because every single voice actor voices 2 characters.
Nice. Okay, I didn't realize that.
I mean, there's some like basic ones like Pit and Dark Pit are voiced by the same person, but there's some really cool ones like Poseidon. There's like some old sea guy, and then fucking alpha fucking hippie Sun Lord is voiced by the same guy. So yeah, I won't name the characters. It's a great game. You need to check it out. Kid Icarus Uprising.
Ryder,
Kid Icarus and Xenoblade.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kid Icarus and Xenoblade are fantastic games. And no one plays them because the US struggled releasing them.
A little bit.
A lot.
Ryder?
Is
Actually-
by far one of my favorite villains.
You
I
completely
completely
cut out,
cut
my
out.
friend.
I just love him. He's just
You cut out.
He's
He's just-
Hey, Ryder!
You cut out, bud.
Albert Wesker from Resident Evil.
Yeah, Wesker, you bet you. You bet.
Yeah, I love Wesker.
Yeah, Wesker
is
he's,
awesome.
He's
Yeah.
just really badass.
They're badass. There's one that I want to go back to from
and then my
Wolfenstein.
second-
Oh, sorry, go. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
And then my second one is Shepard from Call of Duty. Oh man, like
Yep.
The
that hits
13-year-old
a
inside
lot of
me.
people right in the field. Oh god, it's like, you son of a bitch.
I want to kill you!
I watched someone go back through like the replay and stuff like that, and so like when you're first starting out, right? You're starting out as a recruit and everything, or a private, whatever have you, and they're having you run through the training course, and Shepard's right there, and the guy looks up, and I'm watching the stream, and he just shoots him and says, "You can't shoot allies," and he goes, "He's not an ally. He's a villain. Let me save my friends."
Billy,
Actually,
you said you have...
in the remake you can get an achievement for shooting Shepard.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like you can only shoot enemies. He is the enemy.
Yeah.
Billy, you said you had one more.
But yeah,
I've got a
those are-
couple
those are
more to
definitely,
cap us off.
Two of my.
I got
Those are
I
good
got-
ones.
I mean, I
Those are good
wanted
ones,
to-
Ryder.
I wanted to make a
For
point.
Billy. Go
Hold
on.
on. That was actually one of your lists, the last one on your list. I played all 3 of them, and
Yeah.
that dude creeped me the F out.
No, you can take it. I've got plenty. So he's referring to the elusive man. And that's
And from Mass Effect.
Wesker?
yes, from the Mass Effect
Oh.
series.
Yes.
Yes.
He was the creepiest of them all. He's kind of borderline shady villain, like counterintelligence.
He's
know more than
he's
all
based
you.
off the Smoking Man from the X-Files.
Yep.
Like 100%. He's based off the
And
Smoking Man
yeah.
from the X-Files. Even the name.
Yep.
Uh,
So that was
You know who's
that
a
was-
really good one? It's, Kid from Majora's Mask.
Yes, that's good. They freaked me
Yeah.
out as well.
That's a good
Oh.
one.
My last one, well, I have 2 more. One would be Darth Revan.
yeah.
And this is
from
Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah.
Yes. An oldie but a goodie. And probably the coolest Sith ever created. Like, him and Darth Maul could have a badass off. But
Revan.
Revan.
I'm sorry.
Revan is the coolest, one of the coolest Star Wars
Revan is
characters
so cool.
ever created. And there's a lot of really good Star Wars characters.
Revan is so
Asajj
cool.
Ventress would have to be in that list as well. I love Asajj Ventress. But
Revan is so cool that Disney reset the timeline, did not remove Revan.
right. And that's also the storyline of the original KOTOR is very, very good. So no spoilers there. But if you haven't played the original Knights of the Old Republic, and this is BioWare, by the way, this is BioWare before Mass Effect. when they did Knights of the Old Republic. And this was the game that invented
Before they were bought by EA.
But it invented the 3-person gameplay style. The archetype that Mass Effect perfected was invented in Knights of the Old Republic. He's just one of the coolest villains ever created. I mean, just the epitome of badass, and you just can kill everything. And then last one on my list would have to be Sephiroth.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
That's another one. You can't talk about the favorite video game villains of all time and not mention Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII.
He was in Final Fantasy VII, and then he was a special boss in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's Sephiroth.
Sephiroth. That's just the best. I think that's the best one of all.
One more before we end it.
I want to
Master.
get
One more.
Okay, all right. Master Hand from Super Smash.
Yeah.
What do you got, Ocean? I know I see your
I
gears.
just wanted to make a point that for the first time since the Switch's launch, that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild wasn't the highest rated game for 2.5 hours, because Xenoblade managed to pip it for a bit, rating a 4.98 at the time. And additionally to Xenoblade, I'm just gonna keep flexing because it's the best game of all time, and I'm just gonna keep flexing it. Additionally, it beat Animal Crossing's first 3-day sales. So
Boom.
Nintendo, I would also like to
Nintendo raking in the cash.
I
Holy
mean, they
cow!
are raking in the cash. Holy
Cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but one of the villains that I have is an oldie but a goodie. I was a kid when I played against this guy, Psycho Mantis from Metal Gear.
Psycho Mantis, you damn right. No, that was Metal Gear Solid 2. And he actually had you.
Metal Gear Solid 2.
He actually had you unplug your controller and plug it into the second slot to beat him. And I mean, like that's.
I was a kid.
Yes. No, that's Metal Gear Solid 2 is probably. I mean, that has to be in your top 5 like greatest games ever made. I think Metal Gear Solid 2 would have to be in that conversation. It was groundbreaking. I mean, and I thought about putting Liquid Snake in this list as well. I mean, if you want to get.
I was debating between Liquid Snake and.
But Psycho Mantis is just so cool. That's a really good pick.
Yeah.
So the greatest villain of all time, I have to say, is Lag.
Eyebrow raise.
Lag is the greatest villain. How many times you gotta blame a game on Lag? The greatest villain.
Very memorable. Very memorable.
What about another iconic one that may not be in as popular as a series, like Wolf from Star Fox?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
yes.
Wolf is absolutely iconic. Sure. I've played a lot of Star Fox as a kid. I played a whole lot of Star Fox as a kid.
That game was
cool. Your bad guy is going good, like Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
True.
Donkey Kong was originally a bad guy.
That would have to be another topic for another day.
I like that though.
I like that writer.
Bad guys who's gone good.
Oh, there we go.
See, that just means I want to talk more
next week. Not for next week. Next week we have.
Shut up, Ocean.
We have a special. we do have a special guest coming in and joining us.
Yeah. Paul's coming to join us next week.
Bullskunk, yeah, Bullskunk hooked us up. He actually sold off one of his eyebrows to make this happen.
That grew back so fast you can't even notice.
Are you telling me that our guest next week
No, this was like a bonus. This was like, all right, I'll give you a brow, but come on the show.
$5 million to come on a show.
Yeah, he's the highest paid guest ever here on D.VA 8 My Podcast.
Yeah.
I wonder why CST's marketing strategy's failing.
On that note.
All right,
Ryder, you want to do the thing?
all right. Who do we want to
Do the thing, Julie.
I said it was Paul.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it's Paulie. We have Paulie coming on the podcast next week, so please tune in to that. What we're talking about is Overwatch things.
Yeah, we'll be discussing Overwatch
things. Are you educated for next week?
Yeah, he's a host, a caster, content creator. He's done work for Overwatch and League of Legends mostly.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be watching all the OWL this weekend. All of it. of it. You won't be able to watch any of it because I'm watching all of it.
He's gonna take it all. He's gonna take it all.
All right, guys. But thank you for tuning into the stream. To you unruly people, get the hell out of here.
Get the hell out of here. We ain't got no room.
Those
I mean,
who enjoy
trolls on
stream,
the internet.
and
You know,
podcast, we love you.
Can you
We love
imagine?
you so much. And you know who we love the most of all is DMC. We love DMC. His music, just brings his podcast together. It's the sound that gets me up.
It does indeed. Do we have any further plugs we need to throw in there?
Yes,
a little
we got-
Sostick.co.
Sostick.co, and if you guys go to clothing.co, .co, not .com, check them out. Use the special promo code Stream Console. It's down the bottom right of your screen without the @ all caps, all one word. Use that, you get 15% off your order, and that 15% gets kicked back to us, and we put that back into you guys. And also check out nonamenerd.com and check out the special offers that they got going on. There's jerseys, jewelry, everything that your gaming nerd would need. And we got Airborne's cat.
One of these days, I'll actually get their names up here on the screen.
Yeah, one of these days.
We're professionals.
Yeah, you also
and
said
then
that we would have the podcast uploaded to YouTube.
The biggest sponsor of all is
We're very
Browse
much
by
professionals.
Bullskunk. Browse by Bullskunk. If you guys need any waxing done on your brows, please check out Bullskunk's step-by-step tutorials on how to do that.
Actually, real quick, I've also decided that I'm going to sell the leg hair because I'm actually shaving my legs consistently right now.
Billy's face.
So we're actually not promoting that at all. We're not promoting that at all. I'm sorry.
No,
I apologize to the viewers that we've lost. So I will be reimbursing you for any emotional damages you may have received.
Any leg hairs you shave, Ocean will save 2 times, but only in the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, unfortunately that 30 minutes has already gone by. Sorry, guys, but that's it for us on the podcast. Check us out next week. Special guest Paulie will be joining us. So take care, everybody, and have a good night. Stay safe and wash your hands. Bye.
Thank y'all so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Wear a mask.